Hello everyone, I'm sitting here with my Alocasia macrorhizos, and every time this plant produces a new leaf, it grows bigger and bigger. For example, the latest leaf is just humongous. Look at the size of this leaf and compare it to my body. It's really big. I think it's I've got already quite a big head, but I think it's 3 times the size of my head. Really big, but really bold, beautiful leaves. So yeah, I think this is such an important plant to have in my room. It really gives this room a lot of interest. So it's time to do something about it, because if you look at this pot down here and compare it to the size of the plant, this pot is far too small. I mean, I love the pot. It's cute. It has polka dots all over, if you look at it. So quite a cute pot. But yeah, I mean, looking at the size of this plant, I need to find a bigger pot for this. So this is what I'm going to do in this video, just to show you how to repot an Alocasia macrorhizos. Before I start with the potting, I want to do one thing, that is to talk about the soil needs of this Alocasia macrorhizos, but this should also hold true for most other species of Alocasias. So Alocasias enjoy consistently moist, rich and well-draining soil. So what does this mean exactly? Essentially, they just need soil-based potting mixes that have a lot of nutrients that are able to contain the moisture in the soil. This means that you can use your average potting soil, and you can even use potting soil that is composted, so composted potting soil that you can also find in the supermarket or in the local garden center. In terms of drainage, you can line the bottom of the pot with stones to ensure this extra drainage, or you just have a pot that has a drain hole. That should usually be enough. In my case, I don't have a drainage hole, I don't use extra stones, but I've been still quite successful with this Alocasia macrorhizos, and I just am a little bit more careful with watering and also testing the soil regularly to see, is it too moist, is it too dry? So you can get away with not having a drainage hole and not having extra drainage through stones by being more careful, more mindful when watering the plant. Okay, so now let's get to potting. I've got this big dark red pot that I'm going to use. It is a tiny bit bigger than my polka dot pot, so I think this shouldn't shock the Alocasia too much. Yeah, and now I will just fill it with, as I mentioned, normal potting soil from a supermarket. Okay, and now it's time to take the Alocasia out of its pot. Oh, you can see it's a good time to repot it, because it's not really badly root bound yet, but I think it would be in the next couple of weeks or months, so good time to repot. So I can loosen the roots a little bit at the bottom, but it should generally be fine. So, and when you set the Alocasia in its pot, make sure that you don't plant it too deeply. So where the roots start, down here, this should only be a few centimeters below the surface. This way you ensure that the stem doesn't rot. Yeah, and now I will just fill the rest with more potting soil. So really push down the soil really tightly. Make sure to get rid of any air pockets. And you should also ensure, you should also water it in. This way you can also double check that there are no air pockets. Yes, and I think that's it. You can see how I potted it, so soil all around the plant. Quite an easy process, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye bye.